What's up, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and today we are going to finally check out the EART or Eart headless guitar from Amazon. Alright, so we're going to go over some specs here. I'm going to do the best I can just because of the way things were listed on Amazon was just a little bit different than normal, which I'm sure is just due to the language barrier. But anyway, this guitar was made in China, designed in St. Louis, Missouri, USA, which is pretty cool. Features an African redwood body with looks to be a poplar burl top, even though they say it's redwood. I really like the wood on this guitar. The redwood is really pretty and it looks really, really good. I almost prefer the whole guitar to be redwood. The back of the guitar is really, really nice looking, and I wish the whole thing looked like that. The output jack is nice and hidden away, and it's kind of at the perfect angle to where if you put your cable through your strap, it'll definitely be in the perfect place, which I really like. Now, as far as the neck, it features a 5-piece maple and redwood neck. I really love the neck. It's probably one of my favorite features of the guitar. The redwood stripes in there just look really, really nice, and the whole neck altogether kind of just has that roasted maple look, which I really, really like also. It is a 25.5-inch scale, or 648 millimeters. Features an Indian rosewood fretboard. It is a compound radius, so it's 9.5 to 14 inches. Feels great. I really, really like it. No complaints on the grain in the fretboard. It all looks really nice and feels great. Now, as far as the truss rod, it's a dual action truss rod with the spoke wheel adjuster down by the neck pickup. For the frets, we have 24 high oxygen quality silk frets. That's just what they call them. I'm not really sure why it's listed that way. They're not steel, and they maybe are nickel, but they feel great. They're nice and polished, and the ends are really great. For the bridge, we have a no-name bridge, kind of awkward bridge. Took a little while to get used to, but once you get all the adjustments down, it's pretty easy to use. They give you this little winder that's magnetically attached to the side of the bridge that you tune it with, but no problems there. You can use your fingers if you want, but it's a little hard. For electronics, you have a volume, a tone, a 3-way pickup selector, and 2 humbuckers with chrome covers on them. Alright, so let's go over a few things real quick. In the beginning of this adventure of me looking into headless guitars, I was originally going to buy one of these because I didn't want to spend a lot of money not knowing if I was going to like it or not. So I seemed to gravitate towards the NK just because of some of the bad reviews on this instrument, and just some of the specs weren't as cool as the NK, if you ask me. Just my opinion. So I was a little weary on this thing. But honestly, after buying it and getting it here and playing it, I'm really shocked. The quality of this instrument definitely surpasses my expectations of what I thought I was going to get. Now, a lot of people are going to sit here and say, oh, they're cheap copies. Well, yeah, they are cheap copies. You can't even compare it to a Strandberg or any other high-end headless, because that's a whole different story. It's a whole different realm. The price point at which you pay for this thing, I think you're getting a quality headless guitar for $300 For what you get for this thing, I think it's well worth it. And I'm thoroughly impressed between the quality of the wood, the QC, and everything else. I really, really love it. I love the redwood body. I love the 5-piece neck, and it kind of has that roasted look to it with the redwood stripes in there. I really, really like it. Now, the top leaves a little bit to be desired. It's not the most pretty top. It seems to be a poplar burl top. They call it a redwood top, but it's obviously not because it's different than the rest of the body. I ordered a quilted maple veneer, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a whole video series of me modding this thing. So we're going to start with the veneer and then do pickups and everything else just to make this thing, I think, really cool, and I'm really excited. I think you guys will enjoy it. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming. I ordered the veneer just yesterday, and I think it's going to really dress up the way this instrument looks. So as far as what I don't like, there's not that much. Honestly, it's things that I expected, like the pickups. They have a little bit of a fuzziness to them. I mean, some genres you might like it if you like that little bit of fuzzy, clean sound, maybe for some like bluesy riffs or whatnot. You'll probably actually really like them. For what I play, they just have a little bit of less clarity, a little bit of low output. But honestly, I can't tear them up too much just because I expected that to be the case. So you guys know I'm very particular with pickups, and I love like EMGs and Fishmans and all that. So I know I say I hate like pickups in every guitar I review, but it just seems that when it comes with like non-name brand pickups, I really don't like them. But I'm not going to tear them apart too much. Now, as far as the bridge, I really wanted to hate it. That was like in the reviews something that a lot of people had problems with, was just adjusting it, and it seemed to be a lot to learn, and I was a little nervous just to see what I was getting into as far as the bridge. But after messing with it and adjusting it and playing and seeing the tuning stability and everything, I actually really like it. I'm thoroughly impressed with it. There are some shortcuts I figured out with adjusting the bridge that other people said was a little intimidating to learn how to use the bridge. But it's really not that bad, honestly. For tuning, they give you this little winder to make your tuning adjustments. You can use your fingers. It does require a little bit of strength to turn. I notice if you want to do more fine tuning, to use your fingers, it's easier because little movement goes a long way as far as these tuners. The strings they give you, I'm not really sure what they are. The balls are different colors, so I want to say they're Diodario's, but the sound quality that I'm getting out of the strings, I want to disagree, and I don't know. I don't really think they are Diodario's, even though the ball ends are different colors. I'm sure there are different companies that do that. I'm not really sure if that's a Diodario specific thing. And from my experience playing Diodarios, these just seem to not have that quality sustain and the sound that I usually get from them. As far as the frets, they call them high oxygen quality silk frets. So I'm not 100% sure what that means. I don't know if they're stainless. I don't know if they're nickel. I want to say I tried to use a magnet to see what they are, but as some of you know, different quality stainless steel frets might not even be magnetic, or might be magnetic. There's different, different things that contribute to it being magnetic. And I know there's been some cases where some frets have been magnetic and some stainless frets have not been magnetic. So it all depends on what is used to make them. But as far as the quality of the frets, they're polished great. They're crowned very well. And as far as fret ends, they feel great. You almost can't even feel the ends because the frets don't even go all the way to the end of the fretboard. The fretboard's kind of rolled off, and the frets don't stick out past the fretboard at all. And the rest is filled in with like CA or something else. But you can almost not even feel the frets. It's almost like it has a binding, but it doesn't. So I thought that was a little weird, a little different than what I'm used to seeing, how the frets don't go all the way to the end of the fretboard. I'm not sure if that's common on some headlesses or not. If it is, maybe let me know in the comments. It's just something I've never seen, but I'm not complaining because you can't even feel the frets at all. So, but as far as the quality of the woods and the QC, I'm really happy with it. It almost seems like consistency is a problem with the QC with these guitars. I bet I could probably order another one right now and it not be as good, or it might be even better. Like, it just seems like the consistency with QC with this company is a little all over the place. So honestly, if you get one and it's not perfect, maybe return it and try again. Don't be scared don't let that be your first impression. My buddy got one, and his almost, I want to say, was a return because it had some like plier marks on the bridge and some dents in the fretboard, and there was just some things with the QC that definitely this one surpasses and blows it away. So maybe if you're not happy with your first one, return it, try again. I think they're really good about returns. Some people in the comments in the reviews were saying that you have to send it to China, which I really, from what I gather, I messaged the company and they do like a 30-day money back guarantee. So honestly, if you're not happy with it, return it, maybe get another one. Don't let the first bad one you get be your first impression, because like I said, it does seem like the QC isn't consistent. So but definitely for $300, I'm super happy. I'm definitely pumped to have it here. I can't wait to get into modding this thing. And yeah, I'm really happy with the quality. The electronics seem to be great. These knobs kind of look like they came off a grandma's stereo, but that can always be changed, so no issues there. The three-way switch is solid. 500K pots. I'll probably switch them out for some CTS ones or something like that. And I'll just do a complete electronic switch over and just change everything when I get into modding this thing. So overall, for $300, I'm super happy. And I would suggest maybe going out, if you're getting into the headless world, don't be afraid to try one of these. I think you'll be happy. Now, like I said, if you're expecting a Strandberg, go buy a Strandberg, because you can't even compare the two. It's two different worlds. So don't tear my head off saying that this is just a cheap copy, because it is a cheap copy. I think that's the point. But I think you'll be very pleased buying one of these. Now, real quick, we're going to do some standalone demo. We're going to do distortion first, and then we'll do clean. You already heard it in a mix, and I want you guys to hear how it sounds with no drums or anything, just by itself. So we'll get into that real quick, and then we'll wrap this video on up. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Any questions or anything, you can leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer them. And stay tuned for coming up videos. We have a review on the EVH 5153 15-watt head, so I'm excited about that one. That thing is really, really cool. And then, like I mentioned before, stay tuned for the series, the start of the series, I should say, coming up of the modding process on this thing. It's going to be really, really cool. And I'm happy to definitely start doing some stuff like that on the channel. I think it'll be really fun. So definitely appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you later.